We're going to show you all of my reptiles in this video, including all of their setups and the bioactive setups. This is my reptile room tour. If you like it, please hit the thumbs up button. If you're new around here, please consider subscribing. So let's start off in the reptile room. We've not got all of these. We've also got a load over here, a load over there. We're going to start off with this. For those who follow the channel, you already know about this. This is our big morning gecko sort of breeding bioactive facility sort of area. It's absolutely amazing. I've fallen in love with this. Let me explain it. So it's a full bioactive enclosure, fully live planted, full background build. We actually did an absolute ton of videos on this, as you can see. So if you want to see a video on how I actually built this, I'll link it just up there for you now. We did have a waterfall down here, but as you can tell by those little white dots just there, the morning geckos decided to lay eggs on the waterfall. So we can't have the waterfall running right now. As you can see at the top here, we've got our misting system. That's the Swell reptile misting system. We've also got a fogger in here as well. Up here, see these two little cups? We've got one there and we've got one there. That's for the morning geckos to hopefully lay their eggs in. However, as you can tell by all the way down there, they don't like to lay their eggs in there. They go down there instead. And that's one thing I've learned about morning geckos. They like to be a pain in the... It's fully bioactive. It's full of isopods and springtails. Just have a look. It's beautiful. Just have a look at that. It's beautiful. Anyway, there's 4 morning geckos in that big Exoterra. It's a 60 tall, 45 deep and wide. It's got the Reptile Systems Pro 10 LED light on it with the black dome lamp. It's got a 60 watt bulb in the dome lamp. Nothing special. As you can see right next to it though, there is a couple more enclosures. This one down here is the morning gecko's old enclosure. They started bickering and stuff in there, and we had an extra one, so we decided to upgrade and put them into there. However, they still have their eggs. You can see all the little eggs just there. So we're just waiting for those eggs to hatch inside that enclosure. Then we'll get them moved over into better enclosures, and we want to turn that into a big sort of nursery to rear the babies up, because at the minute we just use these little tubs just here. As you can tell, let's see if we can spin it around. There's one of the baby morning geckos just there. The other one likes to hang around in the lamp just there. I mean, if you want to see a video on how I made them, because they are quite cool to be fair, I'll leave a card just up there for you. Click on that, it'll take you through to it. That's them ones done. Let's go and see Hugo, my Savannah Monitor, which is just down in this enclosure just here. This looks like just a normal bog standard enclosure, but it's not, because there's a big boa constrictor on the top as well. We'll run through that enclosure shortly. Right now though, it's Hugo's turn. Now you may see all of this writing and stuff all over the enclosure just down here. I'll quickly explain that. Everyone who's one of my channel members, you'll see a little link button if you want to go check that out. Their names go along there. My Patreon members, they're all going up there, but I've not quite done it yet. And anyone, if I do a live stream and anyone super chats, their name goes down there. So that's why you'll see a little bit of writing. So this little fella is called Hugo. Hugo is nearly 3 years old actually. When it comes up to his 3rd birthday in around about 2 months, we're actually going to make him a birthday cake. I can't wait for that video. That's going to be absolutely amazing. If you want to see that and you're new around here, make sure you do subscribe. But this is his enclosure. Hugo is very food orientated, so we have to sort of knock that food orientation out of him. The longer we leave the door open, the more he realises it's not actually food time. So we just let him out, he goes for a walk around. Now this has got his big basking spot just here, underneath all that substrate anyway, because as you can tell, he likes to burrow. And that big hole at the back end there, he's actually got a big burrow underneath this slab just here. We've got a load of Welsh slate rocks over there. Now he loves, look at him trying to get on camera. Look at him. He loves... Whoa, easy, mate. What are you doing? He loves the camera. Over there, you can see the Welsh slate rock. Now, he's literally eating the tripod as I'm talking right now. Yeah, he loves to lounge around on top of that. It just gets him a little bit closer to the UV rays of that UV lamp just there, which is quite unique on its own because it's on a big stick, as you can tell just there. But yeah, live planted with some grasses. It's a sand and soil sort of substrate mix, which again, he loves it. It burrows, it holds its burrows down. It's heated up with the 2 Reptile Systems D3 basking bulbs. They're the mercury vapors, 100 watt, in the right depth, well, the right height away from his basking spot to give him the correct UVI for his species. But that's Hugo, my Savannah Monitor. Let's move over to directly above Hugo's enclosure. We've got popcorn. Now we did have light in here, and we do want UV light. However, every time we do it, he pulls the light down. But he's a big Carl Sunglow boa constrictor. He's absolutely amazing. And if you saw my last video, you'll notice what we've just done to this enclosure. Let me open it up and show you. There we go. Full leaf litter floor. Loads of plants. Granted, the fake plants, I do prefer live plants. That's just fake plants. Down the bottom there, we've got buttermilk butterface and Popcorn, the Carl Sunglow boa constrictor. He's got his big water bowl down there. He's got a hide that's hidden away just there. He's got a hide back there. He's got that platform. Now that is simply so that he can get closer to the hot side if he wants. If he wants to get that a little bit warmer, he has the opportunity to do it. He doesn't normally do it, and if he does do it, it's only partial basking. He just sort of puts his tail on it, and that's about it. You can see that plastic there. Well, that's actually just a big drain pipe guttering tube. You can see a bit of it under there. And we've got some big holes in the side, fastened it to the back wall. And he loves it. He goes in and out of it every now and then, nothing special. He loves climbing. He's an absolute gem. I absolutely love him so much. And directly above both of those enclosures, you can see that tub up the back there. That's just got a dubia colony in it. It's just the smaller sort of sizes of dubias that we've bred. We leave them up there above his heat spot so that they have a bit of kinetic heat, really. The last one in the living room's this one here. That's a big 4-foot enclosure. We're going to be upgrading that to a big, massive bioactive leopard gecko enclosure. Again, if you want to see that and you're new around here, make sure to subscribe. But back in the reptile room, we have got so much stuff here to get through. It's unbelievable. So I'm going to get through it as quick as possible because I don't want you to get bored. But if you are here and you're new, my name's Richard. This channel's called Northern Exotics, and we talk all things reptile related, whether it be specific species care, breed your own live food, reptile life hacks. We bring you the most current and up-to-date scientific and technological information, along with product reviews and just stuff like that. I nearly said a naughty word then. Next to those big morning gecko enclosures, we've got this one here. The glass is extremely dirty, and I don't know how well you're going to see him, but just there is Mushu. Mushu is a Calax versicolor, and this is sort of his sort of bio... Oh, there he goes. Oof. Yeah. He's insane. There he is. He's down the back. Now, why is he so crazy? He is a wild animal. The story behind him, there's a big wood company here in the UK, and they phoned me up. They got a shipment from South Asia, and basically he came in that shipment. I got a phone call from one of the employees there who is a reptile enthusiast and says, do you want him? Come and get him. All the calls I made after that, the police basically said, we can't take him. He's not a threatened species. You either take him or we destroy him. I can't let him get destroyed. He's going to have to stay here. But this is his enclosure. He's got a 3-foot enclosure. It's a bit arboreal. Loads of live plants over that sort of side. Loads of branches to climb on. Yeah, that's just my Calax versicolor enclosure. That's a great little tip just there. It's a piece of wood that's screwed in through the side of the actual enclosure just to keep it there, to keep his basking spot close enough to his... Yeah, that's it. But we're planning on doing an upgrade to that. He's got a big 4-foot tall reptibreeze there. Again, with this, we've got to do a big full background build and water features and stuff. We've got a load of the lighting stuff up there to use into it already. We're just sort of building up all the stuff together. And then we've got some of the polystyrene and some more logs back down there, loads more sticks down there. It's going to be absolutely amazing. But this is Rosie. There's part of her tail anyway. She's a standard common boa constrictor. Her body runs down there, and God knows where her head goes. It's somewhere underneath all that log work anyway. Anyway, she loves to climb as well. That's why she's got all these climbing areas and all that sort of stuff here. But yeah, there's nothing really to say about Rosie. She's in a 4-foot enclosure at the minute. She will be getting upgraded soon. This is the hot side. You can see above that grid, there's a thermostat probe over the back. And it's not really that much of an elegant sort of setup. It's just enough to do her for now sort of thing. I really do need to pay more attention to her because I don't showcase her that much, to be fair. Next to Rosie, boof, we've got this one just here. This is Charlie, my super pastel yellow belly royal python. Good, there he is, currently sticking his head out the hide. Again, the setup isn't absolutely amazing. It's one we want to work on. As soon as Mushu moves into the reptibreeze, Charlie is going to be moving into there. We're going to set it up a little bit more arboreal and stuff like that. Forever, these have been called a pet rock. And give them the scenario they would naturally have in the wild, then they do actually climb and they do move around. But this is it, so just normal aspen bedding. It's on a heat mat, so there's no real heat bulb. We want to really turn this up to an absolutely highly enriching enclosure. in the future. Again, subscribe if you want to subscribe. Let's move over this sort of way before we do the last 2 enclosures down there. Is, boof, down there, a brachypalma that's not a brachypalma, that's a Tilithili catalalbupalossum tarantula. So basically it's a curly hair tarantula in that tub. We have got an enclosure coming to upgrade her. I cannot wait to that, because again, fully bioactive, similar to that one just there, except this one's going to be a lot more sort of rock worked, just like they would naturally have in Mexico. I can't wait for that. Underneath that, as you can see, loads and loads of junk. That's the best piece of equipment I've ever had in my life. It's a solar meter. You basically put it underneath your UV bulbs and see how much UV it's actually producing. It's great for when your bulbs are running low and to get the correct distance from the bulb to the actual animal itself. Down here, that, still nothing inside it. This one is quite simply just a springtail colony, as you can see. Amazing. That's just our springtail colony. Just sort of build it up. In there, just a load of junk really. We've got our calcium, tools that we occasionally need, crested gecko diet for our morning geckos. Over here, the mess that is over here, we have got superworm farm. That's just the superworms that we're gut loading at the moment. As you can tell, there's the gut load, there's the superworms. That's just the general food. There's our dubia roach colony. We have made so many videos to do with dubia roach breeding. I'm going to start doing a few more as well. If you want to see a full playlist to teach you everything you need to know about how to breed dubia roaches and basically have free food, especially in the second wave lockdown that we're going into in the UK now, click on the card just up there. But directly underneath it, this is just sort of a rack system I built down here in this atrocious enclosure. We've got our male leopard gecko. There he is. Boom. He's getting it clean out later today. I can't wait to do that. It's just one that we're doing after this video. We don't really care too much about cleaning everything, making everything look really spotless just for the camera. It is how it is on this channel. If you like that, hit the thumbs up. This one, woo, Aegilius. I think it's called Aegilius, Aegilius. I don't know. Stick the correct name in the comments down below. That's just our millipede enclosure. I need to put some more leaf litter in there, to be fair. But yeah, that's just our millipede enclosure. This one up here, I've actually just seen in that little hide just there. So we might be disturbing her here. But it's one of the baby leopard geckos, and it looks like she's deep in shed inside her moist hide. Yep, there she is. We threw that moist hide together because she wasn't really using her old one. But she's deep in shed and shedding, so we don't really want to disturb her too much. But we've got 2 more baby leopard geckos in those enclosures just there. They're sat there. You can see the heat tape back there. I'm not really going to show them too much because they're sold. They're ready, going down to a good friend of mine. In this enclosure, we have got an Asamani tarantula, which is currently not out, which is quite strange really. But she's normally in a hide, and you can just about see her legs there. That's the back of the hide. We have a little sort of hole cut out in the back so that we can see it if need be. But there's her legs. Anyway, that's an Asamani tarantula. This is something new that we've just started growing our own plants. Well, now obviously we've been growing our own plants for quite a while. They're sort of for bioactive enclosures, nothing special. Bit of bearded dragon food there. This one we only planted a few days ago, and it's already blowing up way more than I actually thought possible. This and this one up here is all bearded dragon food and just omnivore food. Figured we'd grow it, something for the me and lad to do. Over here, spider plant, pothos plant. That's basically that rack system just there. We have got another shelf down the bottom, but everything's sort of hanging over. And over there we've got a few more plants that we're growing. That one looks a bit dead. We've just replanted it and repotted it to see if that helps, but it looks a bit dead. A couple of spider plants. That one there, that's our isopod setup. Again, it's pretty boring, so I'm not really going to go too much into detail with that. Directly underneath them, there's our ants from Ants HQ. They don't like bright light, so I'm not going to show them off too much. Let's go down the bottom just there. There's Donna, one of our leopard geckos. She's a blazing blizzard leopard gecko. She's in a breeding setup at the minute, but this setup isn't going to be like this for forever. Like I've said, we've already got that big leopard gecko bioactive build that we are building right now. There is another leopard gecko in here. She's a normal, and chances are she's in a moist hide as well. The famous Diego. He's the first pet reptile we actually ever got. He's just a standard, common, bearded dragon, nothing special, but his enclosure's quite nice. I like all the rockwork background that we built. He loves climbing on that log. It just gets him closer to the UV if he needs to. And it goes all the way down to the hot side. You can see that slab just there. That's his basking slab. To be fair and totally honest, it's a shallow snake hide. But because it is ceramic, he absolutely loves it. It's lit up with the best piece of UV lighting in my eyes. That's the 25 luminaire. You can actually make a sunrise and a sunset with that UV lighting setup. It's amazing, and he absolutely loves it. It's coming towards night time, that's why he looks a bit can't be bothered sort of attitude. And finally, over in that corner just there that you can see all the mess, that's all our spare UV bulbs, a new UV system, lighting areas and heat bulbs and everything, just for all the other enclosures that we are building, plus spares. But you've also got those tubs on the top, that's our mealworm and superworm breeding facility. That's where we breed all of our live foods. We just want to end the video on a huge shout out to our channel members. I couldn't have done anything on this channel without you guys. Also our Patreon supporters. I highly, highly appreciate each and every one of you guys and everyone who super chats. This channel wouldn't be the same without you guys. So if you have enjoyed the video, make sure you do hit a big thumbs up on the video. Leave a comment down below and let me know what animals you've got